Don't you turn against me.
I felt a great disturbance in the force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
You're not with me, then you're my enemy. You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
Release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me.
I hate you! Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness! You were the chosen one!
Hello, and welcome to Who Shot First, the Star Wars Controversy Podcast. The Mandalorian came out last Friday, and today is just going to be a reaction to The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. I have seen the episode once already, and I'm watching it again with Ethan, and we are going to then react right after watching it together. So, without further ado, let's watch The Mandalorian.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay.
So, what did you think?
I liked it. It was entertaining. I'm a little weary of it being another season of go to a place, solve a problem, go to another place, solve another problem. I'd like it to be a little more, I don't know.
Plot driven?
Yeah. Like not individual like plots in each episode has its own little plot, but then, and at the very end of each episode, it gives you a little bit of a plot momentum, overall. I'd like it to be more plot driven and not just these tasks that we have to solve every time. I'd also hope that we can visit the different planets. Like I don't need to be on Tatooine again.
Yep.
I get Boba Fett's on Tatooine, so we have to go back to Tatooine to either get Boba Fett out of there or just have his time in the sun. But no, I'd like to visit other worlds. Let's go to Felucia, or something we haven't we spent minimal time on in I guess in the Clone Wars. Still, those more obscure worlds. Yeah, I don't need so much nostalgia anymore. I'd like new stuff. Like that's the only reason I was a little skeptical about them bringing in Boba Fett and Sabine and Ahsoka. It's like I hope that they can they add to the storyline without it being all about them, because as soon as they're on screen, they're going to command the whole scene. They're going to that's why I was happy when they said that Boba Fett was going to play he was going to be in it, but he's going to have a lesser role. It's not going to be like Boba Fett and the Mandalorian the rest of the season.
Who knows? Maybe that's all we get.
Oh, no way. I feel like there'd be
now
a much more if that's.
Now we know he's alive, so that's all we get. Maybe
that's all the canon. Right, he's only there just so the canon can be that he's alive. No way. But yeah, so I and there's just I don't need to see more TIE fighters and stuff. And I mean, it's cool. What I like is when they do it kind of Easter eggy stuff, like when they mention it in conversations or, whatever, when they were passing that art on the street, stuff like that, subtle things. But yeah, I thought it was good. It's cool to see a crate dragon. I've always been curious about what, there's the Legends version of crate dragons, and I think the Legends version, they have legs and stuff, and but I don't know, it was cool. I would have liked to see it devour a Sarlacc pit. That would have been kind of crazy, but I don't know. What about you?
After seeing it, so this is my second time seeing it, but after seeing it a second time, I'll say the first time seeing Timothy Oliphant in there kind of took me out of it a little bit. Yeah, just because he's such a different actor. To me, he's but seeing it a second time, I liked him a lot more. Like in the first time I saw it, I was like, this seems weird. And then in this scene, seeing it again, I was like, okay, like no, that works.
Okay.
It works. So I liked it better. To be honest, like I agree with you that I want more plot-based episodes, but I was actually okay with how they did this one, because criticisms I had of the first season was that it was like, we have no plot basis, and we're just or the plot basis was, we need to get away from the bounty hunters, so we're just flying planet to planet, and there was no like set goal of where he was going. So the fact that he's like, all right, I need to find these Mandalorians, and you're like, okay, where's he gonna go? He's gonna go to Tatooine. Okay, he's going to Tatooine. He gets to Tatooine and then finds out, oh wait, it's not a real Mandalorian, but due to his honor code, he has to like get this Mandalorian stuff back. To me, that drives the story, and kind of like plot develops, or character develops him, of like, okay, this is his creed. There's a reason he's here, versus just like where he was just, oh, I'm flying and I crashed on this planet and I keep getting my ship can't go far, and which was the first season. So this season I was okay with it. I think again, it's them trying to push that first season of like side questing and stuff like that, in giving you a taste of the first season in the new season. And then I think later on it'll get more in detail. Like, I agree. I mean, like, I would laugh and cry at the same time if that was the only Boba Fett we got, of just like, but I would just be like, yep, that's totally who Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau would be, of just like, haha, he's alive. And then, we don't see him again.
Yep.
But I enjoyed the different elements. I thought it was interesting that they brought Cobb Vanth, or whatever his name is, back, because he's from the Aftermath trilogy.
Ooh, wait.
He's the guy. He's the guy who was wearing Boba Fett's armor.
Oh, right.
And he's from the Aftermath trilogy. And something I noticed now, or like I realized it today, is that like the way he told the Mandalorian right there how he got the armor is a lie.
Oh.
According to canon literature. So unless they're totally throwing canon, like the canon books, and saying the canon books don't matter, the way he said he got the Mandalorian armor is a lie.
Oh, okay.
Because according to the Aftermath trilogy, like, he was actually trying to get buy the armor from the Jawas instead of another guy, and then and this guy was like the head of the mining people, and he killed him and then took the stuff. So it's not as sympathetic as he was portrayed.
Okay.
And so my question is, either they're throwing canon out the window, which they have done in the past with the Ahsoka book and Clone Wars TV show. So that has happened. I hope it's not, but either that, or he may come back later. Or like in the next episode, Boba Fett might be like, I was actually trying to get this, and this guy like sabotaged me, and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
something along those lines. I can also say I really didn't like the crate dragon.
Oh, really?
No, and I say this is weird. It's like, this is totally a personal thing for me, and I can't even really explain it, but it seemed very Dune-ish to me, of like, it's just basically a giant snake.
Sandworm?
Giant sandworm? Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I can't explain it. So it's like, my criticism is not worth anything really. But like, for some reason, I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's no way that the crate dragon could like move through the sand. There's no, like, other than like brute force, and like it's like, it's not, he's just moving through sand, he's moving through rock, he's moving through everything, like, unless it's like eating the rock and then just spitting it out. So And I say I'm being overly critical here because like, why am I holding Star Wars to a higher standard than like Dune or other things like that? So that's just my personal take on it.
Yeah.
And again, they've talked about crate dragons a little bit in canon and Legends of like they had legs and they could fly and stuff like that. So it's again, we'll see.
Right.
But
Right. I thought because when it burst out of the top of the mountain, I thought it was a second one because I thought, I thought that one blew up and it's like, okay, well, it's not dead. Well, there's a second one, but then you're right. And then it's up there and then somehow it goes back down and then goes underneath them back and comes up behind them and
without like causing any above ground problems or anything. Yeah.
Nothing.
So, yeah.
Exactly. How deep did that thing have to go?
Yeah.
Right.
Or like, how does it move the earth without, because I mean like, so that's my minor criticism of it, but
yeah. Sure. And you could do all that kind of stuff, we could critique every little thing if we wanted to,
No.
What do those people do in the middle of the desert for food? Are they got the moisture evaporators for water? But,
well, they got banthas though.
Yeah, but the banthas aren't they strictly Tuscan property?
No.
Oh.
Did you not see the bantha that the giant that the crate dragon ate in the when it came through the town?
I guess, yeah. I guess I thought a Tuscan was there, but
no, they hate the Tuscan. That was the whole plot line of the show.
You're right. Right. I do like some of the attention to details though, where they have the Tuscans all travel in single file.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that they remember details like that and kind of keep that consistent.
Yeah.
But then I think those dog creature things, we've seen those in episode 2, right? Doesn't Anakin slaughter a bunch of those too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about how there was a lot of prequel love in this episode.
Oh, sure.
And I'm up in the air of like, I don't necessarily think it's prequel love. I think it has been established as canon, and so therefore they're going to use pieces of it.
Yeah.
Apparently there are people out there that think that Cobb Vanth is riding Anakin's pod racer.
No, he's not.
And I'm like, no, he's not. No.
He's not.
Just you look at it like there's millions of pod racers out there. Like so like he can find any piece. And I would be saying like if he is, like if they come back in canon and be like, yeah, that's a little sneak peek, I'll be like, that's like I hate that.
Yeah, that's BS.
Yeah.
You telling me a kid who made a pod racer when he was like 9 years old and the engines and parts and all that stuff lasted over 50 something years? No, get out of here. That's the thing. I don't need all of those little tiny.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be Anakin's pod racer. It's like, hey, look, it's a pod racer from Phantom Menace. Cool.
Fine. Yeah. Exactly. All you have to say is it's a pod racing engine, and then I'd be like, oh, they're cool. It doesn't need to be somebody specific, engine and stuff. I will be interested to see if there's any sort of Slave One activity or anything like that, because you would assume that it would still be on Tatooine when he went into the pit. So I wonder if there'll be any kind of
that depends. Yeah, that totally depends. If they do it where he's landed on the planet, then no, it should not be any Slave One because it should be scrapped by now or stolen or whatever.
Well, I suppose. I mean, so
but to say with that, can't Legends way he had it up in orbit, and so he was able to call it down. So it's so they can do either one. I don't know which one they're going to do, but I'm just like they can't say that it's just been sitting in a bay
pod
in a spot for 5 years now or 3 years or whatever. But
right. So that's what I'll be interested in is how long they'll have him actually have been out of the pit, because it's been 5 years since the Empire fell. So I wonder how long it actually took him to get out. But you think, why would he stay on Tatooine if, he got out, not that long ago, or
because he's been looking for his he's been looking for his Armor.
Armor? I
It's
guess.
his dad's armor.
Is it? Yeah, it must be. He just repaints it, right? Is that canon?
Or at least I don't know if that's canon or not. I mean,
Okay.
I know that's Legends. I don't know if it's I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the deal is with that, because he's not an actual Mandalorian, so he doesn't live by the same like Kree. So it's not like, his defeat would have like, forced him to get rid of the armor or anything,
You don't know that.
I guess.
I mean, like you don't know that he's not a Mandalorian by race.
Right, that's true. I suppose
He's
this
not-
Mandalorian.
This isn't a Mandalorian by race. This is the kind of Mandalorian that I like, is that they're adoptive of everybody.
Mhm.
And unlike the Clone Wars Mandalorians, who are like, we're all white, blonde people. And if you're not one of us, then you're not a pure Mandalorian.
Right. Well, he had to adopt a new way of life after Darth Maul came through.
Mhm. Oh man, I'm so excited to talk about our Mandalorian thing. Oh, there's
Yeah.
so much details to go in with that. The relationship between Dave Filoni and Karen Travis is an interesting one. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm interested. I'm excited. I thought this was a lot better than it could have been, because it could have been bad for me
Oh, sure.
because this is Jon Favreau's first time he's directed
Oh, this is oh, okay.
of the show, but he's apparently
Yeah.
like directing most of them
Oh,
this season. Yeah.
okay.
So I
Well,
think
if
there's
they
like
get-
1 or 2 episodes that he's not directing.
Well, hopefully Taika directs those, or you don't like the Taika directed
No,
ones?
no, I'm saying I love those. He's not directing
Oh.
at all.
Oh, he's not. Oh, dang. All right. Well, I guess he's got his own movie, right? Didn't they give him a Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's
that's-
off doing other things. Yeah.
Right, but that's not decided about what that's going to be about yet, right?
No, they still don't even have Ryan Johnson's trilogy figured out yet.
Are they giving Ryan Johnson a trilogy?
Have you not known this? They announced that like right after Last Jedi. And I don't know if you know this. They offered him Rise of Skywalker and he turned it down.
I do remember that. Yep. I must have just completely missed the.
No,
them
because
offering
the
a
big
trilogy.
thing was that they were going to give him a trilogy and they were giving the Game of Thrones guys a trilogy. And the
Oh,
Game
God.
of Thrones guys backed out.
Good. I hate the Game of Thrones guys.
Yeah, there are, because they took up the Netflix. The ending of Game of Thrones happened, and then they took up, and that lost them a lot of goodwill. And then they
Yeah.
took a huge deal at Netflix, apparently, and have done nothing
Okay.
so far.
Great. Excellent. Yeah, I wonder. Well, there's talks. Wasn't there talks about it being like an Old Republic trilogy?
That's
Or
what
like-
I think it could be, and that's what
Okay.
I've talked to you about it being that.
Yeah, that's
But
right. Okay.
but there's no rumors or anything about it being anything at the moment.
What about? So, what is this Star Wars High Republic thing? Is that a game?
No, that's
Or
a
is
book
that-
series.
It's a book series. Okay.
That's where they're focusing all of their attention right now. Is they're going back into the High Republic, and so that's when the era of books that they're going to start publishing.
Okay. And this is what, like
100 years
100,
before.
200
100 years
is.
before. Yep. Before A New Hope. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I remember, right? Because I remember they showed Yoda,
A younger Yoda.
they-
Yep.
younger Yoda, younger, 100-year
Mhm.
less. But yeah.
Never tell us the odds.
Never tell us the odds. Boom.
Never tell me the odds.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works. Oh, really? You're cold?
Don't you turn against me.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
You're not with me, then you're my enemy. You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
Release your anger. Only your hatred can destroy me.
I hate you! Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness! You were the chosen ones!